are going to go dig into the mind of the arranger, and I'm going to answer a question I'm often asked, and that is, Deke, how do I generalize my arrangements? I've learned how to arrange for my specific high school group or my specific college group, but I now want to arrange something that I know can be sung by a variety of different groups. How do I do that? I'm only used to making custom tailored suits for this particular individual. I want clothing that's going to fit a lot of people well. Well, you've asked the right guy. Here are a number of different things that you can do to make sure that your arrangements are singable by a wider range and array of singers. You ready? Here we go. Number one, fewer parts. If you're arranging for a college a cappella group, you're probably all up in your head. 11 parts, 14 parts, I want to get the highest score I can. But most groups don't have that. And the fewer parts there are in your arrangement, the more different kinds of groups are going to be able to do it. 4-part arrangements, 5-part arrangements, popular, or 4-part plus solo vocal percussion, that kind of configuration works really well. Also, by the same token, have your voicings be standard. Soprano, alto, tenor, bass, or tenor, tenor, bass, bass, T1, T2, bari, bass, or soprano, SSAA. Great. In the barbershop world, you would have your tenor, lead, bari, bass. 4 parts, really clean. Most vocal writing throughout Western music history has been in 4 parts, and you have to restrict yourself to some extent to make it happen, but then so many more groups are going to be able to do your music. Number 2, less extreme vocal ranges. Maybe you have the screaming high Bono-like tenor in your group. Not everybody does. Maybe your sopranos can push their belt range all the way high, or you've got this bass that can sing all the way down to a low C, a low B. Most people don't. So look online for kind of what standard vocal ranges are and try to live within those constraints. It's frustrating sometimes, but ultimately you want your arrangements to sound good with every group, not just your group. And when people get to the outside of their ranges, they often don't sound the way you want them to. Number 3. Repetition. Repetition is your friend. A lot of groups don't have a lot of rehearsal time, and you're not there to teach the music and expedite the whole process. So ultimately what you want to do is use repetition as your friend. You don't have to make every chorus different. You can have the backgrounds in verse 2 be the same as the backgrounds in verse 1 and just swap a couple lyrics. The shorter an arrangement is, the sooner a group will learn it, and the quicker they can get to polishing it and get it up on stage. Plus, some people will look at a 17-page arrangement and just be like, nah, it's not worth it for us to learn this. Fewer parts as well as shorter arrangements means you're going to be reaching many more people with your chart. And also within the concept of repetition, maybe the chord changes, but the background rhythm remains the same. So if your background part goes you can keep that going as the chord changes. If your arrangement instead is it's through composed and constantly changing, you're giving your singers a headache. So keep that going. It's a good pattern. It's a little cheesy. I'm a little cheesy. We're all a little cheesy. Number 4, homophony. Homophony is when people sing the same words at the same time. Barbershop is homophony. Choral music is usually homophony. Use it. It sounds good when people sing the same words at the same time. You don't want to do it all the way through the song all of the time, but having sections of that can work really well. Maybe in the bridge, the soloist disappears and the group sings it all together, or you come back around to the chorus again at the end, and rather than just the soloist singing over the background parts, you've got a breakdown or whatever, and everybody's singing the lyric together at the same time. That works really well a cappella. It's not hard to do, and gives everybody an opportunity to sing lyrics. Ask your basses. They love singing words. Just sometimes, please God, right? Number 5, triads. I know you went to music school. I know you've read all these books. I know you know what a sharp 11 is and when you can use it and a tritone substitution. But you know what people like? They like hamburgers and they like triads. The triad is built on the basic fundamental harmonics, the purest overtones that happen in the overtone series. Use them. It's great. Rock and roll was built on 3-chord songs. A lot of great music through time is built on a simple chord pattern, and it's what you do over the top of it that really matters. Yes, you can make things more complex harmonically, but the harder you make it, the less good it's going to sound by a beginning group, and the fewer groups are going to want to necessarily tackle it. So remember that easy doesn't mean bad. Just like a hamburger, a really good hamburger is a really good hamburger, and people love it. And sometimes you want to serve up hamburgers, not filet mignon. You know what I'm saying? And finally, my last thought is take this generalized arrangement and bring it to people. Share it with people. See if you can get a variety of different groups singing it and sounding good on it. And that will start to train your ear. Oh, when I do this, that happens. The more groups you work with, the more you'll get a sense of that kind of canonical, standard, high school SATB ensemble or collegiate women's group so that you're able to aim at that particular general target a little more precisely. And I'll leave a little tidbit for you in here. Go on the sheetmusicplus.com's Arrange Me part of their website. There are over 1,000 songs that you can upload there. Click small ensemble and put a cappella as one of the tags in there, and you can click soprano, alto, tenor, bass, whatever the different vocal parts are, and you can be a published arranger, but generalize them. You can also upload your complex 17-part college a cappella version, but I think you're going to find this more distilled version, the one that ends up reaching more people, and you're going to hear it and see it on YouTube a lot more often. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. Feel free to take any questions you have. You can email them to me about anything, but specifically about this if you'd like, or post them down below and we'll get a little conversation going about how to take and round the edges out and create really great standard arrangements. Good luck. I look forward to hearing them online. See you next time.